All right, we are back. The Sports Heroic Podcast. He is Jesse. I am Chris, or Twitter handles Jax Kellington23 at Ruse underscore Twins.
Yep.
Powered by Fanatics. Still got that sponsor going with Fanatics. Thank you to them as well.
Yep.
Our code is in the YouTube chat there. If you guys want to get any apparel here coming up, any summer apparel, click on that link there. 15% off for all military as well. Military first responders. They got some good deals going on right now, so head on over there. Always good place. I go on there a lot. I go on Fanatics a lot. I get a lot of my stuff from there.
Yep. I've gotten quite a few Notre Dame hoodies from them. So
Oh yeah. So it's been a
yep.
while since we've been on here. I apologize. It got some IRL stuff that happened, so it's I think before the finals even we were on, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we even previewed into the finals, but I mean we don't have to preview it now, but I think it's been like what, maybe a month?
It's been about a month and a half. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, anyways, OKC big winners over
Yep.
the Pacers, and they didn't really seem like they won. There's the most nonchalant team to win the NBA championship.
Yeah.
They were just
Yeah.
kind
They
of,
kind of.
oh yeah, whatever, yeah, well, we won. Okay, let's get on to the next season.
Yeah. Pretty much. I. Th I don't know. Think kind of the attitude around that was also due to the Halliburton injury. I don't think they really felt like they completely won.
Yeah, definitely. That was what, the fourth Achilles tear of the year for the NBA.
I want to say so. Yeah. Like
Because you
seven in the
had
last couple years, which is up like. I think Adam Silver said it was up like basically 250% from the last 11 years, 12 years.
I think they're didn't they launch like an investigation into that or something? They're looking into it, like what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and most of them are before the All-Star break. So it's not how a lot of
Yeah,
people thought due to, the length of the season, the back-to-backs, anything like that. I mean, these are all happening before the All-Star break, so it's a
you
little
know,
weird.
and KG on his podcast said he questioned the conditioning of the players. I don't know if if it's really a conditioning issue. I just maybe the shoes aren't good as they used to be or something. I don't know. I really don't know what you can pinpoint it to.
By the, by the sound of at least the stuff that I've gathered, it's the style of play now. It's
Yeah,
all the spacing, it's all the cutting, it's all the back and forth. It's a lot more running than there ever has been.
yeah. And Halliburton in general, he does make a lot of cuts too, and he's quicker
Yep.
start stop type of guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
Even baseball. A couple guys are coming down with Achilles injuries now too, so it's like an epidemic now. I think basketball started this
damn.
Achilles trend.
Damn.
So
It's
a
weird
lot
to
has
hire
a lot has happened. There's been trades. There's been free agency started on Monday, I believe, this week. We can start with both of our kind of favorite teams, the Wolves. They picked up the options on Nas Reed. Julius Randle opted in. Uh, Alexander Walker went to the Hawks on a 3-year deal. That's going to be a big loss for the Wolves because he was one of their glue guys. They're off the bench
yeah.
type defenders, can knock down threes. Had the best year of his career last year. Uh, they haven't really found anybody to replace him. They still need a point guard. They still need another big. They drafted a big out of France. I mean, he seems kind of promising. Seven
Yeah.
7'4" wingspan or something like that.
They're making big over there apparently.
There's rumors that they could get Damian Lillard, but I don't know how that'll work because the Wolves don't have any money. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I think there's mutual
Yeah.
interest in that.
I really thought they were gonna get KD. I really thought they were gonna get KD.
So did I, and I think I had a breath of fresh air when he didn't come here. I just for what they were wanting from us, I was so happy that he didn't
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah. No, you guys would have been gutted for sure. I mean, you guys aren't really super deep as it is, and then
Yeah.
having to basically trade away the future for KD for, you know, 2, 3 solid years. Not really worth it.
They also said like the Wolves are pretty in on Rob Dillingham now, and Terrence Shannon Jr. is going to be in the rotation now because of how he played at the in the end of the playoffs there, and I think they're going to rely on Dillingham to probably going to come off the bench at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
You know, I kind of like the trade for your Suns. I like Jalen Green. Dylan Brooks is a 3 and D guy. I
I
mean,
hate Dylan Brooks.
did you lose a lot with Durant? I mean, it seemed like he's declining last 2 years. And
I wouldn't
Jalen
s-
Green, I think, is going to be a future All Star.
I wouldn't say that we lost a lot, but I d I don't mind the addition of Jalen Green. I don't mind the picks and everything because we're set up pretty well into the future, whereas we weren't before. But I hate Dylan Brooks. I cannot stand Dylan Brooks.
I think a lot of people don't like Dylan Brooks, but you
I
know,
can't I can't stand.
yeah, he's a guy when you play him, he's just a total asshole, you know. And now he's on your team.
I just I still I still remember when he was with oh God, what team was he with? Was it Memphis? It was Memphis.
Yeah, yep, Memphis.
Yeah, when he started talking a whole lot of shit to LeBron James
Oh yeah,
right right before the playoffs started, and you saw how well that went.
yeah. Even with Edwards, saw how well that went.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna lock his ass down. I'm gonna lock. He ended up dropping. He was 39, and he ended up dropping 40 points on him. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, just that's that's not the guy you want to piss off, man. Like,
No,
yeah,
no.
he's old, but he still has it when he wants to. He can still turn it on, and he's twice your size,
Yeah,
and he can still run over. He's still one of the faster players in the league. So
yeah, yep,
he can't jump or over you anymore, but he can outrun you still, and he can run over you.
yeah,
So just shut your ass up.
yeah. Then
But yeah,
it all comes down to, I mean, Tyus Jones not a huge loss for you, but he was a serviceable backup point guard. You know, he went out east somewhere. Um, he got a good deal, and it all comes down to Bradley Beal again. What's going on with him? Is he has an option, doesn't he? I thought he had to pick that up by now.
I have no idea what's going on with Bradley Beal, man. I I honestly haven't been paying too much attention to the Suns just because I want to see how this all works because it just doesn't. We're making moves, but it doesn't seem like we're making the right ones.
They're just gonna pretty much give the team to seems like Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green and just have them shoot majority of the shots and see what happens, right?
Yeah, and we'll be decent in the regular season, but Jalen Green in the playoffs obviously isn't awesome, so
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
yeah,
I won't get
yeah,
excited if we
exactly.
make the playoffs. If we make the second or the third round, I'll start getting excited as long as Jalen Green's actually doing well, but he completely just like there's an APB out for him during the playoffs this year. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
what happened? What happened? You can't be the star dude on your team and drop in like 7 points a game.
Yeah, he was awful in the playoffs. Oh my word!
Yeah, so
I don't
much
know if
so that
it's
they
like a
replaced him with a 37-year-old.
is it
So,
maybe a mature thing? Maybe he's too young, trying to do too much. Maybe.
yeah, I think he maybe thought he was I wouldn't say better than he is, because obviously we've seen him. He's a damn good player. I think the moment was just a little too big for him, and when they leaned on him, he crumbled.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great point.
So,
That's exactly right.
yeah. So,
Uh,
bodes well for my sons. Stoked about it.
yeah, and you feel for Devin Booker. I like Devin Booker, and he's just kind of like, it's probably just like you. Like, what's the direction here? What are we doing? Are we going forward? Are
Yeah.
we? kind of neutral? Or are we going backwards? What's going on here?
The thing that I don't understand is we make the finals and then we blow the team up. I
Yeah,
don't understand.
yeah, I don't understand that. And your owner's out looking at acquiring baseball teams.
Yeah, of course.
He acquired part of the. Well, he wasn't on the Twins, but then shut that down and acquired part of the White Sox. So I don't know.
Ugh. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll stay in the kind of offseason moves here. The Bulls trade Alonzo Ball to the Cavs. I
Yep.
mean, if he can stay healthy, that's a good pickup for the Cavs. But Alonzo hasn't
Yeah.
really stayed healthy.
No.
Golden State picked up their offer on Jonathan Kuminga. That's a good idea as well.
Yep.
He could be a sneaky good player for him. You know,
Yeah, if they actually play him. I mean,
yeah, he was on the end of the bench till what, almost our series, our playoff series against them.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he's doing to piss Kerr off behind the scenes, but he's got to stop that shit.
It's got to be something, right? He had to have done something in the locker room or like attitude wise,
You would think so. I mean,
because he's talented.
he's
He's talented.
he's a good everybody in the league knows he's a good player, but he's riding the bench the entire time.
Yeah, it's a strange situation there with Kaminga and the Warriors.
Yeah.
Uh, the Lakers probably aren't happy. LeBron James exercised his $52.6 million player option for this year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
I'm
he,
like, damn it.
yeah, I love how he exercises it, and then he's like, "Well, I'm going to keep an eye on what the Lakers do." It's like,
Yeah.
well, you just picked up pretty much 60% of their salary cap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising that he did that.
No, I think he honestly wants to end his career in LA. He just
Yeah,
wants to see how it's gonna go. And I think it's more so he knows it's not about him. So I cannot stand the narrative that people are trying to say he's selfish and all that. He's been saying that before the Luka trade, he was saying for the last 4 years that the team was going to be AD's. It's going to be AD's team. It's AD's
yep,
team now. Now all of a sudden people are going like, "Oh yeah, just now they got Luka Doncic and he picked up his player option. He's, being selfish and all that." It's like, have you guys been paying attention to the last 4 or 5 years?
yeah,
He knows it's
exactly.
not about him anymore. Any chance he gets, he knows he's old. He's smart. He knows.
Yep,
He
yeah,
keeps
he's
he
not
keeps
dumb.
saying that. No, he's so. I think he actually, and this might be weird to say, but maybe he's actually emotionally invested in the team and wants to ride off in the sunset knowing that they're in good hands.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Or everybody can keep thinking he's a selfish dick. I don't know.
I think it's just because of the name. I think they'll just keep thinking of him as a selfish stick, just because of the name he has, LeBron James.
Yeah, but the funny part is if he was as selfish as everybody thinks, he would have probably twice as many points in his career as he does.
Yeah. Yep.
He would have
Yeah.
became the all-time leading scorer 3, 4
Yeah.
seasons ago, as
Years
opposed to
ago.
last year.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
No. And we'll stay with the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton signed a 2-year deal with them for their center. Bought out from the Blazers.
Yeah,
It's just kind of a lesser Anthony Davis. I don't know. The reports out of Portland that said DeAndre
not
Ayton
good.
is not good in the locker room. They
Yeah,
do not like DeAndre Ayton. He has an attitude problem. That's kind of why he got put on the end of the bench in Portland.
yeah.
So good luck with the Lakers trying to shape him up. He's still kind of young
Which
though too.
which sucks because when he was with the Suns, you saw that towards the end where he was
Yeah.
not putting any effort in. You get taken out, you'd start yelling at Monty Williams, and it's like, dude, we can all tell you're not trying.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great season, and then you got paid a bunch of money, and then he just stopped caring.
Hmm.
It's like you were obviously you're showing you're not as good as your contract is,
Yeah.
because you're getting paid top dollar and you're giving half-ass effort.
Yep.
And Jokic and Giannis are making you look like an absolute joke.
maybe you just need to change the scenery. Maybe the Lakers will do them good. You know,
I mean, I don't think JJ Redick is going to tolerate zero effort from players. I mean,
could just sit him at the end of
you,
the bench like Portland did.
he probably will. He'll probably just ship his ass out of there because if you have a LeBron James, a Luka Doncic, an Austin Reeves, I mean, just look at all the players that they have on their team. And there's that famous clip of him walking out to the court going, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like
Yeah.
losing his mind on them.
Yep. Yeah.
Clearly, the dude has standards. I mean, if you can look at LeBron and scream at LeBron, you wanted Luka Doncic, you love Luka Doncic, and you're screaming at him too because they're not putting enough effort out there. He's harping on we need to be in championship shape. I mean, he's he's not going to tolerate a DeAndre Ayton thinking that he's bigger than the team, which if you're riding the bench in Portland,
Yeah.
you need you need to take it down a notch because they're
Definitely.
not exactly top four.
Yeah, like that's a weird sign too because JJ Redick harped they need to be get better conditioning at the end of the Timberwolves series, and part of
Exactly.
DeAndre Ayton sitting was part of his conditioning and his will
Yeah.
to work out and like want to be in the weight room.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. Maybe they think they have something in them, and maybe they can change them, or I don't know. If he
I don't think
pans
LeBron
out though,
James is
that
going to
could be a
tolerate that.
great pickup if he pans out.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron's going to tolerate that either. I mean, we
No.
obviously aren't in practices or anything like that, but he is, obviously very well known for being a stickler for details, trying to get everybody on the same page. Dude melts down when games don't go the way that they should.
Yeah.
Like if they lose, they lose. That's fine. As long as they lose while trying to do things the right way. I
Yep.
think that has been and JJ Redick can I think he's kind of on board with that too. If we play the right way, if we follow the game plan, there's effort, we'll take the results that happen that come with that
Yep.
because that is something you can build off of. But if you're getting half-ass effort, you're not even buying into the system, then there's a problem.
Yep.
And you're going to be getting yelled at by Luca, by AR. LeBron might actually kick your ass because he's on his way out anyway, so who what does he care? And then of course JJ is not gonna take that at all. So
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, DeAndre. You're probably in the worst spot possible if you want to try to half-ass shit and pick corners and not
yeah,
try hard. It's
because
probably the worst
because at
situation
least
right
at
now.
least at least Portland didn't have championship ambitions. Lakers
Yeah.
obviously do,
Yep.
and they need a center.
He's
So
still
there's
only
gonna be a lot of
26.
pressure on him.
Can you
Yeah,
believe that?
there's
He's
gonna be a
still
lot
only
of pressure on eight.
26.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I don't know if he can deal with all that pressure. Honestly, he's never had to.
No, I mean he was the guy in Phoenix and he did pretty well, but the moment things started getting a lot harder, you really saw who he was, and I'm hoping that he's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping his, Portland purgatory was enough to basically pull his head out of his ass and be like, "Look, we need you. You can be good. You used to be good. That should still be in there because you're not even in your prime yet. So get your shit together and let's do this."
Yeah, and act like he's a decent player. Act like it. Play like it.
Yeah. You were on the Suns, who were kicking the shit out of everybody in the league. I mean, they rolled through the Nuggets.
He was close to a 2010 guy too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was killing it. He's not the biggest dude, but
I think
he
he's
was
finally
doing very
figuring
well.
out that you can't just half-ass it in the NBA. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, yeah, like, cool, you're getting paid a bunch of money, but you still have to go to work. So,
Yeah.
once you get a certain amount of money, it's like, how much more does it really matter? Like, you're expected to perform.
Yeah.
Like, the money's cool and everything, but didn't you work your whole life to get up until this point? And you're
Yeah. He
okay with
should
just
know
sitting on
that.
the bench?
Yeah. He should know that. Maybe the scenery, like I said, maybe the scenery will change him, but who knows?
God, I hope so. God, I hope so. I mean, if Luca can, drop like 20 pounds in 3 weeks, then DeAndre Ayton should be able
Yeah,
to, you know,
there we go. Yeah,
everybody's talking about skinny Luca now, so we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah. Charlotte Hornets kind of beefed up their team as well. They got Colin Sexton from Utah. Utah traded Sexton in a second round pick to the Hornets. They also got Spencer Dinwiddie, backup point guard.
Yep.
So they're coming back here because they feel like it's an open Eastern Conference with Halliburton down, Tatum down. Lillard's not with Milwaukee anymore.
Yeah.
So they feel like the East is open. They could get possibly a top 6 seed if LaMelo
Yep.
Ball can have another good season. They could be one of those dark horse teams.
Yeah, they could be. I mean, unless, yeah, because Boston traded away Tingus Pingus too, didn't they?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I think Jared Allen also went to the Hornets as well.
Okay, that I didn't know. That I
I
did not
think.
know.
Let me look here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's just a rumor here. Let me look. Because that'd be huge if they just get rid of him, right? I mean, I don't know if they would do that.
I don't,
Let me look.
I don't think they would. I mean, they still have Evan Mobley, but Jared Allen? I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Let's see. Who do they say they just got? They got. Uh, Colin Sexton. Yeah, maybe they didn't. Maybe that was just a rumor.
Okay, okay.
But they got Sexton and
Yeah, it's
Dinwiddie. They drafted McNeely, Liam McNeely from UConn. That might not be a bad draft pick. He was pretty good.
there's been so many rumors going on lately. I heard three or four just today, scrolling through Twitter, that and Yahoo, Google, all that. Apparently, LeBron and Bronny are supposed to be a package deal going to the Spurs, depending on who you believe, or going to the OKC, depending on who you believe.
Oh my God!
Like,
What if they go to San
I don't,
Antonio?
if they went to OKC though, that would be an interesting fit for them.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
throw
that would.
LeBron, even though he's old, like you saw some highlights of him last year, it's like he's still got something to him. And if you
Yeah,
just asked him to play point guard for that team with his IQ,
yeah.
he would make them a smarter team. And I don't think they'd have to change a whole lot of their play style in order to fit him. I think he likes that kind of play style.
God, how the hell would that even look? That would be just scary, even scarier than they already are. That would be like
It'd be
unfair if
terrifying.
OKC gets that.
They'd be terrifying. Because yeah, you look at LeBron on the Lakers and it's like, oh, he's got Luca, but where's the rest of it? You put him on OKC, which is they don't have any holes.
Yeah,
Then all of a sudden, LeBron's looking pretty fucking scary at that point.
yeah, definitely.
So who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, the Pistons kind of Duncan Robinson. They got a good shooter. He signed with the Pistons.
Like that?
Um, but what about Malik Beasley? You hear about that? What the hell?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
gambling and
just about to sign
I
a big
was
3 year deal too with the Pistons to stay there because he's a free
yeah.
agent this year. Now he's a federal case of gambling.
Yeah. Owes his lawyer like $28,000, owes his dentist like $38,000.
And he's made 80 some $1 million in his career.
Yeah, and how are you in debt at that point?
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be something deeper there. Somebody he had to have made bad. I don't know. I don't know how that happens. that quick. I mean, he's
Yeah,
not even retired yet, and he's already broke.
yeah. Well, I mean, if he's not, he's about to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Then
it's impressive.
Brooke Lopez went to the Clippers. That's a good pickup for the Clippers. Lopez shows he can still play a little bit,
That's gonna be a
sparingly.
scary team because they were already looking scary in the playoffs. And damn it, who's their? I always forget his name.
Kawhi,
The
Harden.
no, their center. Who's their center?
Oh, Zubac.
Yeah, that dude
Yeah,
is a fucking monster.
he
And then you
is.
throw Lopez in with him and Kawhi and Harden. Jesus,
It gives you kind of the
they're
classic
gonna be a
center
problem.
with a mix of a center that can shoot.
Yeah, with he's a champion,
Yeah,
so he knows he's a very, very, very seasoned veteran that's won a championship. So he's not phased.
yeah, yeah. They got
That's a
Harden
scary team.
back. Harden declined his option, but he re-signed a 2-year deal with the Clippers. If him and Kawhi can stay healthy, look for them to be another top 4 seed in the West, probably.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and they were scary going into the playoffs. I mean, you
yeah,
didn't realize it was like I think everybody kind of collectively was like, ah, well, we're not going to pay attention to these guys because Kawhi is inevitably going to get hurt. And then you look at his stats, and it's like he's played 22 straight games, and he's averaging 27, 8 and 8.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, shit.
That ain't fair, man.
No, it's like, God damn. But then, of course, you have James Harden, so they're not going to make any type of noise in the playoffs regardless. So
Yeah, he'll brick a few
that
shots
guy's
in the playoffs.
all of them,
Yeah.
especially if it gets to 5, 6, and 7, he's going to keep missing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Jabari Smith Jr.'s got a big 5-year, $122 million extension with the Rockets.
Nice.
That's good young
They might be
core.
decent too. Yeah, I think they might be pretty good too. I
They
mean,
still
they
got the
they were
center.
looking,
They got Seguin. Van
yeah,
Vliet is back. Jabari
yeah.
Smith. Durant.
Amen Thompson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Thompson. He is. That guy's gonna be really good. He already is, but
Yeah, they're gonna be a problem for sure.
you think another top 3 seed, or you think they'll be behind the Clippers in the West?
I think it depends on how quickly they mesh, but I think their youth with adding KD is actually a benefit because he doesn't have to be a leader. Like a lot of people are saying, oh, he's got to be a vocal leader, show me this, show me that. You're forgetting that that entire roster is pretty young. They grew up watching KD and now they get to have him on their team. KD doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
He just has to play. They are already motivated. They have Ime Udoka, who is obviously a very, very, very good coach.
Yeah, he doesn't
So
have to
he's
he doesn't have to do too much. He doesn't have to be the main guy. He just kind of be him.
no, yeah. They were arguing back and forth on it on first, yeah, I think it was first take a couple of days ago, and they kept saying that obviously KD is really good, but he needs to show more of that leadership quality, and it's like everybody that's ever played with KD, he's not a vocal leader.
No.
He's lead by example. So if you throw that kind of guy in there, because obviously the guy that they were following completely shit the bed in the playoffs,
Yeah. Yep.
and they were not bad. So you put KD on that team, somebody that they can actually lean on, their confidence is going to be through the roof. And
Yeah.
that's a scary group to they're kind of like the Pistons in the sense that you give that team an opening and you show them that yeah, they can not only get to the playoffs, but they can win a couple of games.
Yep.
They're gonna pick up momentum, and if that particular team with that particular roster picks up momentum, they're gonna be a fucking problem.
Yeah. You can almost throw the experience factor out of the door once Durant got there.
Yeah,
Or once Durant
because
gets there.
everybody immediately is like, all right, let's do this. Let's get to work. Like
Yep.
we're gonna be in the gym tomorrow morning.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
They're gonna be good.
Yep.
Jaren Jackson Jr. with the Grizzlies got the max, $240 million. Got a 5-year deal.
Yep.
They still have question marks with John Moran. Keep hearing they could trade him still. So it'll be
Which would be
interesting to see what they
hilarious.
do. D'Angelo Russell went to the Mavericks. That's not a bad sign for the Mavericks. Bring him off the bench.
They're looking pretty good too. Like when you really think about their roster, once they get Kyrie back, the flag can be decent. You
Yeah.
have Kyrie, who is still Kyrie. AD, if he's healthy, he's a problem.
And they
Not to
still got
mention
the
you have
other. Yeah, Gafford.
Gafford and
Yep.
Lively,
Yep.
who are monsters.
PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ Washington.
Yep.
They're they're
Clay.
looking pretty scary.
They still got Clay, even though
Uh,
he doesn't really do anything, but they still got
I
Clay.
mean, yeah, he's there.
That's another team in that kind of tough Western Conference. Look out for Dallas. They're
Yeah,
going to be back again once they get healthy.
yeah, and they with all the pieces that they have, they can run two or three different types of rotations. They can play small with AD at the center. They can have Irving out there, Washington. Then you throw D'Angelo Russell and Clay into the corners. You never really know what you're gonna get with D'Lo, but if he's on one of his streaks, he is one of the best shooters in the league, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah, he
That dude
is.
can make 9 threes a game before he goes cold again, but
He showed a
depending on
couple of
when that
flashes last
happens,
year. Yeah, he did.
that dude is he's he's not bad.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting.
But
Nuggets Nets trade Michael Porter Jr. to the Nets and an unprotected 2032 first round pick for Cameron Johnson. See, to me, it just seems like
oh, oh,
they're kind of the same players. They just
the Nuggets got Cam Johnson.
yeah, yep, from the Nets.
So as a former Suns player, got to watch him a lot. He's good.
They gave up on him too early, don't you think? The Suns.
Absolutely. They gave up on that entire team too early.
Yeah, can that was a big miss for the Suns to get rid of him. And he didn't stay in Brooklyn long either. He's traded already.
No. Yeah. Yeah, they gave up on I can picture him. I don't know why I can't remember his name. And he's one of my favorite players too. That's the sad thing.
Well, they gave up on Jordan
Um,
Poole as well.
Fuck
Well,
Jordan
the
Poole.
Nets did. The Nets did.
Yeah, Jordan Poole is um
Fuck Jordan
damn it.
Poole. Fuck him.
What's his name? He's with the Knicks now. He's number 25. He used to play for the Suns and he was with the Nets last year or 2 years ago, sorry. Oh my God, why can't I remember his name?
Was he a guard? Oh, Bridges.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bridges.
that guy's a shutdown defender too.
He's a two-way player and he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a great guy and he never misses games. So,
Has he really played every game of his career?
I want to
Still?
say he has, yeah.
That's nuts. I think 6 years too. He's played every single game.
And it's not even like he just does so-so. Like he gives you buckets and he locks up people
Yeah,
game
he
after game
does.
after game. Like I love that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. stays with the Bucks, 2-year deal. He came on pretty strong for them. But I don't know how much he's going to help them. Milwaukee's kind of in shambles right now, with Lillard down, with Lillard out, and Giannis kind of frustrated right now.
Yeah, but they just picked up who'd they just pick up?
Yeah, they just got Miles Turner from Indiana.
That's right.
Yeah, $107 million deal for Turner on a 4-year deal. It's a big
That's
loss for
right.
Indiana without Halliburton too.
Yeah, that's so weird. And you gotta think that's why Turner left. I mean, since Hallie went down, because he'd been there the longest.
Yeah, yeah,
And then as soon as they make the finals, he jumps ship to go to Milwaukee?
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
who's gonna score
all
on?
right.
Who's gonna score on the Bucks? with Giannis and
True.
Miles Turner right by the hoop.
True.
How are they going to get to the hoop?
Yeah, good luck. You see those two looking at you, you're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I'm looking to pass immediately.
you better hope you're making your shots right during that game because you ain't going to be able to get anything towards the hoop.
You better hope that you're behind the offense if they're on a fast break, because one of those two is gonna just blast through you.
Yeah. Yep.
You better hope it's Miles Turner and not
Yeah.
Giannis, but
Yeah. They're still going to need some help guard wise though without Lillard and some shooting.
yeah,
And well,
yeah.
and they lost Lopez too. Lopez isn't like
Yep.
a 20-point scorer anymore, but he can knock down threes.
He's tall and he can do this. So
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, circling back to Jordan Clarkson, he's going to sign with the Knicks. I mean, that's another good sign for the
that's a good
Knicks.
pickup. That's a good pickup.
That's a great bench player who can just get buckets. Clarkson can just score at will.
Yeah, maybe they'll swap him out for Josh Hart, since Josh Hart is not awesome.
Yeah, they got a lot of options now. The Knicks do.
Clarkson is, I think he's one of those sneaky good players. You forget how good he is until he starts getting on a heater, and then it's like, Jesus, how do we stop this guy?
Yeah, he has those games where he just doesn't miss.
Yep.
And they also have a new coach too. The Knicks do.
Yep. Yep. Bruce Brown, I believe.
Is that who it is?
Yep.
Mike Brown, right? Mike
Mike,
Brown.
Mike Brown, sorry.
Yep, Mike
Nope.
Brown.
I thought it was, is it Mike Brown? I thought it was Bruce Brown.
Mike Brown, I think the old Cavs coach, right? Yeah, he coached
I
with
guess it is
the
Mike Brown.
Warriors,
I'm tripping.
Spurs, Cavs, Lakers, and
Yep.
Kings.
Yep.
That's a good pickup. Veteran guy.
Yeah.
I think they needed to get rid of Thibodeau. I don't think the players liked him, which tends to be the theme with Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah. He gets you results, but all the players are like, dude, we want to take a break. And he's like, you can't.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
also,
like we talked about. I mean, if your Iron Man Bridges is like, dude, we're playing too many minutes,
yeah,
coaching style be damned, you gotta figure something out. The dude hasn't missed a game since he picked up a basketball.
and
And if
Thibodeau
he's
never
saying
changed. He never changed. He did the same thing.
it was an issue in Chicago as well.
Yeah, even Jimmy Butler said something about it too.
Yeah,
The
and
heavy minutes.
look at Jimmy. It's like anybody that knows Jimmy Butler, dude wants to win, dude wants to play. If he's sitting there saying, like, I need a break, like
Yeah,
you gotta listen to your players.
yeah.
Because obviously Jimmy isn't a wuss. He's
I,
he's a
I
tough dude.
I think Thibodeau's just too old school. He's too far old school. He wants to do things his own ways. He's kind of stubborn. Doesn't want to really get opinions from other people. This is how
Yeah.
it's done. This is how I want to do it. If you don't like it, then well, get fired.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's so weird. I mean, I get obviously having your own system and everything like that, but it's not a proven track record.
Yeah, it's not.
You're not you don't have multiple championship rings. You're not a Phil Jackson where it's like, this is our system, this is how we're gonna do it. Either, you know, shape up or ship out kind of thing. It's, dude, your players are so worn down throughout these
Yeah,
series that they just can't, at some point, you can't play five guys. And the minutes that they were playing, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw the minutes chart. The the total amount of minutes throughout the playoffs, it was like the top 4 or 5 players were all from the Knicks, and everybody else was various teams, but there was like a 300-minute gap there. There
Oh
was
my
like a three
God.
or four game, it was a 3 or 4 game difference.
Wow. Yeah, that ain't good. That is not
It
good.
was it was absolutely absurd.
Well, I saw one game that went into double overtime. I think Bridges played 55 of the 58 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 56 of the 58 minutes. He had like 2 minutes of break in a double overtime game.
Yeah, it's like that's your best defender right there. Are you sure you want to have him tired?
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, it's not like obviously Cat is going to do anything. It's
No.
not like Brunson is the best defender.
No.
I mean, Cat was definitely shying away from the physicality. I feel like
Oh yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, he
There was a
was.
couple of games. There was
Most
a couple of
definitely.
games where he was, there was I hate to bring it up, but there was the Cat, pounding his chest and bumping into dudes. There was that Cat for a little bit, and then there was the other Cat that was on I think it was Paul George's podcast where he was talking a little um how should we say different. I don't know if you remember hearing him on that podcast, but
It's like he got scared all of a sudden.
he sounded
What
like a high
happened?
school I'm not joking. He sounded like a high school girl listened to the podcast.
What?
He pull I swear pull it up. Listen to his voice. Pull it up. He was like, "Oh my God." He was adding "us" at the end. I'm not joking. I'm
That's
not joking.
awesome.
If my phone wasn't dead, I would do it right now. But he was like, "Yes, oh my God." It's like you are. What is this? What are you right now?
That's
Yeah,
great. That is
it
great.
was so bizarre. And he was getting roasted on Twitter for it too.
How do
It was
you? How
hysterical.
long ago was that?
I don't remember how long ago it was, but I'm sure you could find the clips.
Man.
I need to I'll charge my phone right now and I'll see if I can pull up the clip.
Okay.
But it was hysterical to watch. Like you think he's joking, but he's not.
That's crazy. Yeah, if you can get that, I got to hear that.
Yeah, I'll try to pull it up. I'm still listening though.
The Nuggets also got Valanciunas to shore up their center position.
Yep.
Not a bad pickup as well. The Nuggets kind of loaded up too. Dennis Schroeder got a huge deal from the Kings. 3 years, 45 million for Dennis Schroeder. So good for him.
Let's see.
Jakob Podol for the Raptors, 4 year, $104 million contract. He's a good player. He's kind of got into his zone there for the Raptors. One of their best players for a while there.
Yeah.
Denver
Okay.
also got Tim Hardaway Jr.
I found it. I found it.
All
Let me
right,
see if it'll
let me
pick it
see if
up.
I can hear this thing.
Yeah, there's total chaos in the world right now. As it does.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. That's not the one I was thinking of. But you heard it at the beginning right
I
there.
did, yes.
Okay, let's see. What is that? Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
I'm trying to
sounds like a
find
girl. He sounds like a girl, right?
uh, I'm trying to find longer ones because I heard an entire one that was like it was awkward, man. Um, let's see. Paul George
Well, he's an awkward
podcast.
dude.
Let's see. Maybe this is it. Okay, so this normal voice. Okay. Normal voice right there. Let's go to his zesty voice now is what it's known online.
Zesty voice.
Zesty voice. Zesty moments, I should say. Um I don't dang, I don't know why it's so hard to find it. Maybe this one?
They got locked down.
Yep. Yeah.
What the?
Yep,
That's not him.
that is him. That is him.
No,
Uh,
what the hell
that
is
was
that?
that was him. See, look.
Yeah, that's definitely him. Oh my god.
I rest
Wow.
my case. That is the cat that showed up in the playoffs.
Yep,
Zesty.
exactly. That's like perfect. Zesty cat.
Zesty cat.
That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, so Tim Hardaway Jr. also joins the Nuggets as well. That's good shooter. They got a good shooter. They got Valanciunas. They got Cameron Johnson. Look out for the Nuggets again. And then, obviously, we talked about Aiton. Frank Vogel joins Jason Kidd as assistant coach. And then, that's kind of the big stuff. Lillard going down. What team? I've been hearing Miami for Lillard. Timberwolves are kind of in it for Lillard. I've been hearing he could possibly go back to Portland again, but I think that's out.
Yeah, I've heard the Lakers and the Warriors
Oh, God.
as well.
Of course, right? Those two fucking teams.
Yep. That'd be hilarious if you went to the Warriors, just a bunch of old ass motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, he's going to be out for most of the year, though, isn't he?
Yeah. So I mean, I think whoever picks him up could probably get him for a decent bargain, because Milwaukee's still paying his his salary
Yeah,
for
they
the next
are.
5 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So I don't even think that, they probably get him for free.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a contract negotiation. They'd just, they'd be like a game of pickup. Be like, you want to come play for us? Be like, fuck it, sure.
Yeah.
How much you want to get? How much you want to get paid? Old team still got me, so we're square on that.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, Summer League starting. That's kind of all the big stuff that's happened so far. SGA signed his big max deal. God, he got $280 million. Like
Yep.
70 million.
Was it
Biggest contract
4 or 5
in the
years?
NBA.
Yep.
I think it brings like a 5th-year option. But it's like 70 something million a year. Largest contract
Yep.
ever in NBA history.
Yep. Largest
Crazy.
annual salary ever.
That's fucking good. I wish I had some of that money. Just like a touch of that money, you know?
It's hysterical though, because Curry revolutionized the game, right? LeBron revolutionized the game. Durant is the best, three-level scorer ever.
Hmm.
Then you have Shea, who has made his entire thing off of push-offs and mid-range jumpers,
Yeah.
and he is the highest paid NBA player in history.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't really shoot a lot of threes,
They did not want to lose him.
obviously. But they're set up to do it. That's just a smart, that's a very intelligently ran team.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole structure of their team, they made like a couple of decent trades. I mean, they got Caruso, but they're a homegrown team. They got all of their players by draft, or like tiny little trades here and there, but
Yeah.
they drafted everybody. They're set up for like the next decade. They still have like a bunch of first rounders coming up too.
They also had to lose for 10 years though to acquire.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah,
good for them. Now look at what happened.
yeah,
Holmgren panned out. Jalen Williams panned out. SGA panned out. They went and got other guys to join the team. They got Lou Dort for defense. And they got Aaron Wiggins
Caruso.
who can shoot the ball.
yeah.
And they still got picks for the future.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
That's right. And they can't contain him because he pushes off.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that was my favorite line that was delivered about when you remember Caruso with the put back dunk over JaVale McGee
Yeah.
when he was with the Lakers.
Yep.
Yeah, they were making fun of him. That was an hilarious line.
Yeah, yeah, that's
You
crazy.
can't
Caruso.
you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him, and he's just got this bald ass head.
It's misshaped too. You know,
Yep.
it's so
6'3"
misshaped.
white dude, and they're talking about him like he is way up
Yeah,
here. It's
yeah,
so funny. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but that line was hysterical.
yeah. The parade was kind of funny too. They had to take the trophy away from Holmgren. Did you see that because he was too drunk?
Yeah.
He was like falling
Yeah.
over and stuff, and they had to take the trophy out of his hands.
Yeah, they don't want to end it up like the Stanley Cup did this year. Just got
No,
beat to hell after like 3 days.
wonder what they do with that Stanley Cup.
I don't want to know. I don't think either of us want to know. I've heard some stories, man.
I have
They
two, and it's dirty, man. What they do with
they
that?
everything that you would think like, oh, there's no way that they would do that with it, right? Oh, they do.
No, they will.
They do.
If you think that it's not that it couldn't be done, it more than likely was done.
Yeah. You got to think that these men have dreamed their entire lives to touch that thing. So anything nasty, dirty that they want to do, it's even better because they can either hold the Stanley Cup or uh, be touching the Stanley Cup or filling up yeah, they do
Yeah.
some dirty shit to it.
Then you got Ovechkin drinking out of it.
Yeah. Oh God, he probably has a blister on his lip already from that thing.
Probably. He don't care. He's a Russian. He don't give a shit.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we got some time for a little bit of football news. Not too much for NFL. We'll top it off on that. Quick with the Steelers. They're taking offers on TJ Watt, trade offers. They're taking offers. I don't know if they're going to trade him, but they also traded. See, they got Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins for Minka
Yep.
Fitzpatrick. You know, Fitzpatrick's obviously the better player at this point. Jalen Ramsey can probably
Yeah.
still prove something, but didn't Jonnu Smith get like 900 some yards last year?
Something like that.
So it's decent there. And then Miami goes and gets Darren Waller out of retirement
Yeah.
to play tight end.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know how to really judge that trade. You know, I feel like Fitzpatrick's a really good player, but then you get like a Pro Bowl tight end as well,
Yeah.
and you don't give up any picks.
And it's not like I don't think Darren Waller's even really old either. I think he retired pretty damn young.
I think he's in his early 30s. I think he might be 30 or 31.
Yeah, I think it was more like personal stuff because I think he was going through like a pretty nasty divorce that was part of why he retired, I believe. Sorry, it's gonna be dark for a second here.
Yeah, well,
But
there's some picks exchanged too, but they're like 6th and 7th round picks. So yeah, he's 32, and he was league's best tight end in 19 and 20 with the Raiders. He got
yeah,
that big deal, that $51 million deal. And then he's just said he missed football and was returning for the love of the game.
yep.
That's why he wanted to come back.
Yeah, so we'll see. I still don't think the Dolphins are gonna be great though. I mean,
I don't
they're
either.
they're a flashy team, but I think that's all they are is just a flashy team.
Yeah, he said it was a health scare. He struggled to breathe and spent 3.5 days in the hospital unable to stand up, use the bathroom, or feed himself.
Good God.
But he didn't disclose actually what the nature of the illness he battled. But that was his. Oh, he also struggled with addiction, sobriety, and overdose a couple times. Yeah,
Good God.
yeah, crazy.
And then after all that, he's like, "Woo, glad that's over. All right, let's get back to football now." Like, good
Yep.
God, man.
You know,
If you
he's
need a
lucky
minute,
enough
take a
to just
minute.
find a team that, oh yeah, we'll trade for him. You know, he's been retired, but who cares? We'll bring him back.
Apparently. Wow.
Yeah, let's see.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Oh, there's another football thing going on here. Like a week ago or something. I can't remember what it was. Of course, Bengal fans all over their team saying they're going to the playoffs every year. Bengal fans, to me, I don't know if this is you as well. They spark me as Cowboy fans as well. Just they're all delusional all the time. I think
Not
Bengal
nearly as
fans.
bad. Not nearly as bad, but kinda.
Like they think they're like the best team every year, and then they start off like 4-8, and like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're the best, we're gonna come back, and then they go like 6-11 or 6-10, and the
Yeah.
mindset never changes with them. Like,
Nope.
what the hell?
At least they haven't been doing it for like 30 years, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, we can both agree that the Cowboys take the cake for that.
Garbage.
Uh so I mean, I don't know if we talked about Travis Hunter though. How do you think he'll do in Jacksonville?
I think he's gonna do really well, and it sounds like they're actually gonna let him play both ways because he wants to play both ways.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Because didn't they say like, did he say like if you don't consider me a two-way player, don't draft me or something like that?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said, which I think he was being a little bit emotional, but I think it's awesome at the same time because that's exactly what he wants. And he proved that he can do it at
Yeah,
the highest level.
let him
So
do
it's
it then.
like
See what happens, right?
I I can't exactly blame him for being that I think it was more of a confidence thing than anything else.
It's gonna bring back more excitement to the Jaguars for sure. I mean, it's something they
Yeah.
haven't had for a long time now too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they haven't had really anything since what? Remember Fred Taylor?
Yeah. Yep.
Really, they haven't had much since him.
Yep. But now they have oh God, what did Cohen say his first day there?
Oh God.
That that weird that super weird thing.
Yeah.
Duval. That's what it was.
Just
At least they got that going for him.
doesn't he seem a little creepy to you?
He was on the Pat McAfee show though, and they were making fun of him about it,
Oh,
and he
okay.
was a good sport. He was a really good sport about it because yeah, they were relentless.
I was gonna say somebody better just pick him apart.
That was their very first question. They're like, "What the hell was that all about?" And he's like, "Dude, I."
They get right to
He's like,
it.
"I wanted to." He's like, I wanted to break the ice. That was the best way I could think of, and it is what it is." He's like, "But if we win, then, how big of an idiot do I look like?" It's like, that's a fair point, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fair point. He owned it. He owned it.
Yeah,
It's definitely one of the best clips ever, though, for sure.
that's crazy. That's so funny.
Duval.
Duval. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Antonio Brown
hysterical.
back in the news again.
What did he do this time? Kill a puppy?
Attempted murder
Oh, that's right.
for what, the third time of his in his life now.
Something like that, dude. I lost count.
They had a warrant out for him, I guess. That's one
I don't
guy,
know.
man. He could have been one of the best wide receivers of all time. He still holds a lot of good records. But
Yeah, you
how
look at
much
his
of it?
stats for the first like 3, 4 years he was in the league. It was like this guy is gonna be the GOAT, and then he lost his goddamn mind.
I wonder if he got CTE. I wonder if CTE had a play of like what's going on with his head because he just got crazy.
There's a, there's actually a lot of people that said that.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he started talking about Tom Brady's wife while he was living with him. It's like, all right, dude, probably not the best thing.
Yeah, guy was in. He was the one that just quit, wasn't he? Just walked off the field
Yeah, he took off his shirt, pads, walked off the field,
halftime or
threw up the
something.
deuces, and yeah,
It's just like I'm out of here.
Actually, it was like in the middle of a play, I think. He was on the
What was
sidelines.
it?
I think they were on defense, and he just said, "I'm out." It was
Yeah, I mean,
wild.
I don't want the guy to die, but it'll be very interesting to see if they, look at his brain or whatever, to see see if they find any CTE or anything in there.
I mean, he's still in good shape, so they're gonna have to catch him first.
That's another thing. Throughout all this, what he's done here, all these weird episodes and all the crime and everything, the guy is still in great shape. Holy crap!
Yeah, how does he have time to go to the gym if he's, trying to kill people?
I don't, I don't know. He's always spotted with guns and stuff. Maybe him and Morant should hang out.
They probably do hang out,
Yeah, probably.
but I don't know. I can, not to that extent, obviously, but I can kind of see Morant sort of going down that path of just saying, "I'm out. I can't deal with this anymore."
Well, it's crazy because there's oh, they got Justin Tucker news too. See,
Oh yeah.
he's like what 10 week suspension or something like that.
Yeah.
But he can sign with whoever wants. You think he'll even get signed?
I don't know. I don't remember what he did.
I think it was sexual assault.
All right, well,
Yeah, let me look it up quick. I don't want to be wrong. Say that and be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
my God.
uh, Sexual misconduct. Suspended 10 games. Oh, it's kind of the Trevor Bauer deal. The masseuse allegations, sexual assault on masseuses, massage
What you-
therapists.
How do you hear all the stories about how they literally, you know, I don't know if you watched the Gilbert Arenas podcast, but he broke it down one day. When they were, they would invite some ladies to the hotels and they would call them 150s or 250s or 500s, meaning you would give them 150 grand, 250 grand, or $500,000. There's a difference in pay, but why are you massage therapists? Like,
Yeah,
what kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's a serious thing, and I'm not trying to make light of the whole situation, but like, are you kidding me,
yeah.
man?
16
Just
different
go on,
women made allegations.
just go on OnlyFans and just start sending out DMs with a price tag. You
Might,
don't need
yeah,
to.
might be a little cheaper
I
at
don't know.
that point. What do you think?
Probably, you wouldn't have to be sued and you wouldn't have to have
Yeah,
like your name in the news. You just you find a couple of them, get it out of your system and go back to football. But
yeah. They said he exposed his genitals and brushed some of the therapist's thighs with his fingers. So I don't know. 10 game suspension for him. I don't know if he'll get signed or not. He's 35 now, but kickers can kick into their 40s. But
yeah,
could be a Ray Rice deal. Could just never get signed by anyone.
yeah.
But
I
the
think
Ray Rice thing was on camera and shit. That was terrible. Oh, do you watch?
yeah, that
Do you
was
ever watch Netflix?
yeah.
Had, did you see the Gilbert Arenas documentary that's out on there?
No, I didn't.
You should look it up. It's on there right now. I watched it. It's really good.
I love that guy. He's hilarious, man.
It's Gilbert Arenas, and they talk about another player.
Gilbert
Yeah,
Arenas is hilarious.
I gotta look this up real quick. There's another
You
player.
want to talk about somebody that was on the verge of becoming one of, if not the best of all time. That dude
Oh, Crittenden.
was it.
Him and
Oh,
Crittenden,
okay.
the whole gun thing.
The what?
The whole gun thing with the Wizards when they brought guns to the locker room.
Yeah,
That's
that was
all on there.
hilarious. I'm so.
But they portray both those players, Arenas and Crittenden. It's called Untold.
Okay.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Gil has talked about that. Everybody's talked about that on his podcast. They've made fun of him for it. They're like, "What were you thinking?" And he's like, "I was just a stupid kid, man. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
his kid almost died. You see that accident?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was a pretty good college basketball player.
Yeah.
But it
I
looks like
wanna
he's finally doing better.
I wanna talk about another former pretty good basketball or college basketball player that has been in the news lately for all the wrong reasons, and it makes me so happy.
Who's that?
I'll give you one guess as to the one former college basketball star that I love to talk about anytime anything negative happens to this individual.
Uh,
I'll give you a hint. There's a public outcry right now because they did not make the starting lineup at the All-Star game.
oh, is it a girl?
Yes, it is.
Angel Reese?
Yes, it is.
I actually saw something today. Her complaining about how do I lead the league in rebounds and not make the All Star game? I saw
Oh, it
that.
makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. It's so funny.
Somebody put a meme. I saw this a couple days ago on there, just with like a frustrated look on their face, because it
Uh-huh.
shows Angel Reese missed layup. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Angel Reese missed 2 foot shot. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Angel Reese missed tip in. It's like all of her like missed layups, and it was pretty funny because the look on this guy's face, like she just got 5 rebounds on one play, and missed
Yeah,
every shot.
yeah. And she's supposed to be one of the best centers in the league.
And Caitlin Clark's ninth in voting right now. You're telling me there's not a conspiracy in WNBA right now?
Absolutely. Could you imagine?
Ninth.
Could you imagine if any, not even a star in the NBA, if any NBA player had a highlight reel like that, they would never start and they would probably never play again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a public outcry that that idiot should be in the starting lineup of the All-Star game. You want that person representing women's basketball
Yeah.
when she constantly complains about not making enough money, not being
Yep.
popular enough, so she resorts to shaking her ass on Instagram instead.
And like I said before, she's dressed in all these high priced clothes, all this
Yeah,
top of the line stuff that she's spending all this top dollar on, but yet she doesn't have enough money to pay her rent.
yeah,
They should be thanking Caitlin Clark for what they do have right now. Chartered planes, you know, nice hotels, which
yeah,
the pay is a little lower, but what Caitlin Clark's about to do for the WNBA when they get the new CBA, they should thank her.
yeah. If they would stop assaulting her in games, I mean,
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah.
it's painful to watch, man. It's not even like at first last year it was like, ooh, the physicality's up, she's really getting to some people. Now it's too damn personal, and the
Yeah.
refs aren't doing anything about it.
No, they're not.
It's such a bad look for the WNBA. And then you have Sophie Cunningham, like Malibu Barbie, whooping everybody's ass because
Yeah.
she's getting fed up, and she wasn't even her teammate last year.
No. It's almost like players like, oh, there's Caitlin Clark. Let's go put a cheap shot on her right now. There she is. Let's knock her down.
Yeah, let's poke her in the eye, let's kick her, and then let's push her to the ground in front of the referees.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That
then, yeah,
so All
ugh,
Star voting's by the players too. Apparently for WNBA, that's why Caitlin Clark's ninth.
ridiculous.
I mean, I think she's gonna be. I think she's still in the All Star game though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a starter, I believe.
But like, yeah, she's the WNBA, the league, the officials, the players. They don't treat her with any respect.
No, and this is like, I'm sorry, but if you guys want to mature as a league, the whole I I gotta choose my words carefully. We're on a podcast, screw it. The whole like women's jealousy thing needs to take a backseat to professionalism.
Hmm.
Like it's it's just not a good look. You don't really see that in the NBA. You kind of did a little bit, like with players like LeBron, for example. But like if Bronny came in and that stuff was happening, or even with LeBron, you didn't really see that stuff happen. You didn't see dudes trying to fight him all the time, throwing him to the ground or anything like that. Could you imagine
Yeah,
what would have been going on at that time?
there would have
But
been a lot
it's
more punches thrown than just Sophie Cunningham. There would be massive brawls if that was happening.
exactly. And that would have been like a couple of times the commissioner would have put a stop to it, and that would have been that, and then he still would have became who he is. But the fact that this individual who is head and shoulders above everybody else, you can't just allow her to play in the league. You have to try to force her out
Yeah,
while all of you are trying to fight for more money and all. It's like you guys are on national TV and professionalism just went completely out the door, got replaced by this little petty jealousy,
yeah,
and that's how you guys conduct yourselves when you play against this certain individual.
yeah,
But Angel Reese at the same time is celebrated because she's got an attitude and this and that.
yeah. She's
I
got an
don't
edge to
understand.
her or something, right?
Yeah, because she complains about everything. And then you have Caitlin Clark who doesn't say anything when this shit happens.
Yeah,
And somehow all of a sudden she's the devil for some reason. I
yeah.
don't understand that.
And a lot of these cheap shots are coming after the whistle too. You know,
Oh,
anything after the
yeah.
whistle should be an automatic either flagrant or ejection. And I don't even think that girl, the last episode, I don't even think she even got a flagrant for that.
No, I don't think so.
And
I think there
I
was a
know she
tech and that was
stayed in
it.
the game. She stayed in the game for sure.
Yeah.
And that was after the
Meanwhile, you
whistle.
meanwhile you have Sophie on the other hand literally grabbing that girl in the headlock and trying to throw her to the ground because
Yeah.
she just checked and poked her teammate in the eye. That was hysterical, by the way. Loved that, but
I bet they never knew she was going to do that, right? They're just like, holy crap, what's this white
I
girl
mean,
doing? You know, what?
I mean, look at her. Like she's always smiley, she's pretty. You would not expect her to
Yeah.
grab somebody by the hair or the head and try to take their head off because she was mad at him.
Good for her
I
though.
applaud her for it.
It's going to
It was
tell,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
because there's only so much of that you can take.
It's going to tell other teams too, watch out. You got an enforcer now. You know,
Yeah, that's
not
what
going to
everybody
just
calls her,
let you,
which is hysterical.
not just going to let you do shit to her teammate now.
No, just because you're jealous of her,
Yeah.
she's giving you what you've been wanting and complaining about, which is more publicity and blah blah. Yeah, it's on one person. Guess what? Get on her level then. If you can't, then know your role.
Exactly. That's well put right there. Yep.
That it would be essentially John Morant getting pissed off because I don't know, Joker is getting more publicity than him, or
Yep.
Shea is getting more publicity than him, and he feels like he should be in the spotlight. You're not as good as Shea, okay? You
Yep.
have some highlights every now and then, but
Yeah. When you're playing.
it's it's just weird that the WNBA is in the position that the NBA was in like the late 70s, early 80s,
Yeah.
where there was no self-control, there was fights all the time. It's like, but the difference is it's not two players going at each other. It's not Bird and Johnson, it's none of that. It's essentially no-name players going after Larry Bird.
Hmm.
It's I don't understand it.
I don't either. It's crazy.
And it's not like everybody propped Caitlin Clark up and said, "This is who we want to be the face of the W." Did you see what she was doing
Yeah.
when she got to the WNBA and what she kept doing when she got to the WNBA?
Well, she revived
Like
college
I
basketball as well. Women's college basketball. She
completely
revived that.
and it became the most that game versus LSU was the most watched professional basketball game, men's and women's, of like the past 6 years.
Yeah. And I think her playing on Iowa really helped too. You know, it wasn't like a national scene at Iowa. You know, her going to Connecticut would just be like, oh, it's just another great player again. But her going
Yeah,
to Iowa was perfect. Kind of school
yeah,
that doesn't normally do well. Here's this girl. They brought him to a top 5 ranking 2 years in a row.
yeah,
Got to the Final
yeah,
Four. I mean, she's blowing up the whole sport, not just WNBA, but women's college basketball as well.
yeah. It's more popular than ever. Like you're telling me it would be fun to watch if night one Cooper Flag gets thrown to the ground by Ace Bailey because Ace Bailey thinks he should have been the number one pick. It's like, get fucking real, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's ridiculous and it sucks because I was so excited to watch her in the WNBA. And it's like everybody is trying to force her out and saying that she doesn't belong when it's like I don't think you belong because she's dealing with all this, all the hype, all the BS with class and professionalism. She should be the face of the WNBA. Look at how you guys are treating her and it's pure jealousy.
yep,
Where's the professionalism? You're not acting like the league is ascending. You're acting like you want the league to be up here when it's already on the up and up.
yeah.
I don't understand.
You've got to really
It
praise her
sucks.
mentality too. Caitlin Clark's mentality through all this stuff too.
I mean, I feel like if she was the size of Angel Reese, she just would have been on a warpath.
Yeah,
I think she would have started swinging, throwing elbows. But the fact that she is like, 5'10" and, this big around
yeah.
has something a little bit something to do with it. Obviously, class and character, 98% of it, but
And she
it
hasn't
sucks.
blown up over it. She just kind of takes it and takes it and takes it, and
Nothing in the media, nothing, no sly comments,
no,
nothing.
not I'm the best player in the league. She's never said that. I deserve this. I
No,
deserve that. It's like she said,
no.
we deserve this. We should get this. This league should get this. Not me, me, me. Like Angel Reese is, well, I should get this. I'm the best rebounder
Yeah,
in the league. I should start in the All Star game. Why is this?
yeah. Because I don't know any other players in the WNBA, honestly, besides like Sophie, well, Kelsey, Sophie, Beastie. Okay, I know a fair few, but I can't pull up 10-minute clips or montages of them missing shots. There's only one player in the league that has multiple montages of them missing shots and making an ass out of themselves. And guess what? It's also somebody who thinks that they're the best player in the league.
Yeah,
Hysterical.
I think she wants to have it be like Caitlin Clark, like, oh, everybody's against me. This is me. I think they're not. There's no conspiracy against Angel Reese like there is Caitlin Clark, but I think Angel Reese thinks there is and wants there to be one for more attention.
Yeah, it's like you haven't deserved it.
Yeah, yep,
Like, yeah, you put up decent numbers when you get the fucking ball into the basket, but when you don't, it's hysterical.
yeah, it is.
It's like she is literally the epitome of like if you talk to like, some dude stuck in the past and it's like, "Oh yeah, women's sports, why would I want to watch that?" They would use her highlights in their argument as to why they don't want to watch women's basketball.
Exactly. Yep, that's a great point. Yep.
Like I hate to say it, but it's gotten so bad that that is the fact.
Yeah.
And I used to not want to watch women's college basketball. And then I saw Caitlin Clark. I saw all these new stars from the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm like,
Yep.
this talent level is absurd. The
It really
shots that they're
is.
making, the plays that they're making, that the pace at which is insane. And then you have Angel MF and Reese that is under the basket, bouncing the ball off the bottom of the rim right back at her head, and it's like, Jesus, man, this
She's
is.
getting a rebound off of it though.
Oh yeah, she's stacking up her own numbers left and right.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I agree, 100%. 100%.
It's like watching a dolphin at SeaWorld bounce the fucking ball off their nose like this, except she's actually trying to score a point.
Yeah, and it's just not
Sometimes
working.
people sometimes people aren't even around her. and she's
Yep.
still missing.
I've seen her on a fast break not only miss the layup, go from one side of the hoop to the other and not even draw iron. I've seen that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
It's like, what in the hell was that?
Like, you guys really want to propel basketball forward. How about stop kicking Caitlin Clark's ass and start doing it to Angel Reese?
And
Weed out players like that.
market Asia Wilson, market Paige Beckers, market Kaylin Clark.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah. Paige Beckers, my God.
yeah. And
And my
Kelsey
favorite
Plum.
player is
Kelsey
Sophie.
Plum.
And I like Kelsey Plum. I like Sophie Cunningham too. I have a little crush on Sophie Cunningham, but
You just like when she
you know,
twerked in that video, didn't you?
I just saw that yesterday and it was
Oh, you did?
hysterical.
I was gonna send that to you.
Again, not a great look for the WNBA, but whatever. Whatever.
Hey, he'll probably bring in more followers for her, right?
It might. It might. At least she was laughing and joking about it. Angel Reese would have been like, "Uh-huh, yep.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
That's the number one player's ass right there. Yep. That's
Yep.
what you're watching.
That's the enforcer right
It's
there.
Yep.
Mark that down.
Exactly. I'm the GOAT. Stare at my ass. Look at it. It's like, God.
Well, of course, shorts too, huh?
Yeah.
You know that didn't help
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I don't know. But
All right.
it's just,
We gotta head out.
yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta start making dinner. But yeah, I needed to get off that off my chest because I'm just so sick of hearing about her.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna stop. What's the problem? We might have to talk about it next podcast, then maybe something else will happen.
I want to see Sophie Cunningham just headbutt the shit up. That's what I want. That's what I want to see.
Just straight headbutt.
Her and Caitlin Clark just lock arms and just clothesline her mid-court would be hysterical.
And then have her get up and be like, "Oh, the whole league's against me."
Yeah,
league
and
is
Caitlin
against
Clark
me.
just, as soon as she starts getting up, Caitlin Clark just steps on her chest and kind of stares at her like this.
Yep. Yep.
That would be awesome.
That'd make a great fucking poster, wouldn't it? I'd buy that. I'd put it right on my wall.
I was gonna say, I would absolutely buy that.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be the biggest one on my wall.
Yep.
And I would go to a Fever game just to get it signed.
Hell yeah. They were just here last night. They beat the Lynx
Nice.
without Caitlin Clark.
Interesting.
Well, you want to try to do another one Saturday or Sunday? I know it's 4th of July weekend. I don't know if you have what do you have going on.
Yeah, could jump on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. We'll probably be back Sunday then.
Absolutely.
Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Much more to talk about hopefully on Sunday. We'll see if we can
Yep.
dig up some more NBA stuff. I'm sure we can.
Hopefully a lot less Angel Reese talk next time. Thank you for listening to our TED Talk about that.
Hopefully Caitlin Clark will
Apologize.
be back Sunday and we can talk about a 30-point game or something. And
Yep.
we'll be back. And thanks, Jesse, about the long delay.
Yep. No problem. No problem. Happens.
And you got to go eat, so we got to sign off here.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.